Hello, this is Keith Kepner. I'm the owner and head boxing coach of Kepner Boxing located in Athens, Georgia. I'm making this video to tell you two reasons why you should give boxing a try. The mental and the physical reasons. I'm going to start off by talking about the mental benefits, why you should go into boxing. Now, before I go into that, obviously there is some inherent danger with contact sports like boxing. There is a possibility if you participate in the sport of boxing that you could get a concussion. Now, that being said, though, in comparison to other contact sports, it is low on the list as far as the dangers go. If you talk about mortality rates per capita, boxing is a lot less than it is in football, horseback racing, motorcycle racing, rock climbing, things of that nature. So, and over the past 30 to 40 years, there's been a lot of regulations put in place on the amateur and professional level in the sport of boxing, which have made it a lot more safe. So that's something to keep in mind going into it. If you are going to get into the sparring end and competing end, it's something you have to always watch closely, which I do as a coach, but it's not as dangerous as people perceive, and it's not as dangerous as it was. Now, moving forward, though, the benefits mentally. Boxing, as many people have heard, increases discipline, builds character, builds mental fortitude, the ability to have temporary defeat and see it as such and move forward and keep training and have success. The lessons in the ring that you learn are tremendous. The lessons you learn in training are tremendous mentally to overcome. The things you learn about yourself, your fears, everything, you overcome those things. It's amazing the benefits and the change that I see in people as they start to train boxing. Now, continuing on that character building and discipline building, my father, Donald Kepner, known as Doc Kepner, is a professional boxing coach, but he's also a PhD in neuroscience. He credits his participation in amateur boxing to giving him the discipline to fight it out with the books and get a PhD in neuroscience and go on to be a very successful clinical psychologist and be nationally renowned for treating anorexia. And he gives boxing the credit to building him up as a young man to really get him to lock down and really increase his quality of life and what he does. And there are so many stories of that through boxing, of people that were struggling or just not really where they want to be. And they get into something like boxing and it really teaches them a lot of things that they can apply to other areas of their life. I tell you one thing that I've experienced personally is getting up in front of crowds. If you get up in front of crowds to, for instance, give a presentation or something like that, heck, just compare it to going in the ring and fighting. When you go up in there and have a fight, you're getting hit in front of a ton of people. You got to worry about getting hit. If you go up in front of a bunch of people to give a presentation or whatever, you're not going to get hit. So there's really what's there to worry about. So there's just so many different lessons and different stories of people that have totally changed their life around through boxing. Now, kind of connecting the two, the mental and the physical together, there's two things that connect those two subjects together that I'm going to touch on real briefly. And that's that one is that if you're a right-handed boxer, you use your left arm more than you use your right arm, which increases certain areas of the brain and causes certain types of neurodevelopment through the stimulation of using that part of the body that you're not used to using and building coordination, which obviously connects to the physical because we're talking about coordination. As well, through high-intensity exercise like boxing or interval training, which boxing is inherently, there's a neuroprotective benefit to that that's been shown, and that's why there's been an increase in interest in things like boxing and various forms of interval training around that area for people with different issues to alleviate symptoms, things like that, people that have with certain neurological disorders. Now, fully going into the physical benefits of it, like I stated, interval training has been shown to have many benefits. Besides the neuroprotective benefits, it's been shown to increase VO2 max in less time than steady state cardio. It's been shown to build muscle. What's great about boxing is that it's both energy systems being used. As you might be familiar with, the aerobic and anaerobic energy systems, it's a great combination of the two of those. It's not just a steady state, slow type of like treadmill type of movement, where it's just long and sustained, and it's not just an explosive burst and you're done. That's it. You're gone. Like you do with some type of weightlifting. It's a good combination of the two, and that's where you get a good, well-rounded benefit. Because of course, throughout your life, you don't just go slow and steady. You don't just burst and then pass out. It's a good combination of the two, and that's where this training is good to increase your quality of life. It also, boxing increases your balance tremendously. The ability to miss punches and be on balance, things like that, that you learn through exercises like shadow boxing, they build up your balance throughout your daily life. Coordination, everything. Boxing is amazing, the benefits it does for you mentally and physically. And that's why I think everyone should really give boxing a try, whether it be as an exercise routine or as a sport, because through either one of those areas, you can experience and will experience the great benefits of boxing training.